Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Andres Figueira, and I'm going to be your host for the day. This show is brought to you by the Global Talent Company, helping fast-growing teams hire exceptional remote talent from Argentina, South Africa, and beyond. We connect companies with world-class professionals who bring skill, reliability, and a global perspective to every role. And just for our listeners, we're offering an exclusive 10% discount on your first hire. All you need to do is visit globaltalent.co, click Start Hiring, and mention the podcast listener discount when we get in touch. And today, with me here, I am speaking with Bernd Kruschewski, Chief Operations Officer at Mamily, a Berlin-based startup that's creating premium dog supplements. And with that said, Bernd, it's a pleasure to have you on the show, man. How are you doing? Welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure for having me.
It really is interesting. I must say that when I was looking you up and seeing what Mamily is, I was very curious about premium dog supplements. So with that said, Bernd, would you be able to give us a bit more insight on your background, how you got to be COO of Mamily, and what Mamily does in your own words?
I'm Bernd. I'm 38 years old, and I started my career at Montblanc, so more in the luxury industry. So I spent 9 years at Montblanc in different roles, controlling and mainly supply chain roles. Spent 3 years in between in Dubai as a supply chain director for Middle East, India, Africa, before I came back to the headquarters to Hamburg and was responsible for global distribution planning. Together with my team. So this I did in total. I did it for 9 years. Before I did the next move, I moved to a small company like New Flag, which is like a Procter & Gamble, but we said always with cool products. So not with toilet paper, but we had like own brands and distribution brands. Distribution brands were brands like Olaplex, Color Wow, Dyson. So these we had the exclusive distribution rights for certain countries in Europe or complete Europe, and own brands. It's like Invisibubble, for example, which are curly hair ties, the market leader, which is one of the own brands. Before I moved to Mamily, Mamily, as you said, it's premium dog supplements. So our mission is to improve the well-being and the healthiness of the dogs with supplements, all science-based. So we have vets in our team who are developing these products. And here in Europe, we are the market leader for dog supplements. And overall, the company was founded 2020. So in 5 years, we developed quite a lot and we have a lot of growth. We started as a D2C brand, but today we are an Omnichannel brand. So we are in more than 1,000 retailers in Germany, have a big Amazon marketplace business. So in total, we are doing quite well, and we are happy that we can help a lot of dogs every year.
Wow, that is so cool. And then I was going to ask you about the scale that Mamily's operating at. But now that you've mentioned that you're in more than 1,000 retailers, Omnichannel, and the fact that you are the #1 leading dog supplement brand in Europe, right? Not just Germany.
Yeah, so we are the biggest in Europe, what we can see so far. So in the US, there are also some players which are bigger than us, because the US market is always a little bit in front of us when we talk about supplements. So they are more developed for human, but also for dogs. But in Europe, we are the #1 supplement brand for dogs.
Oh, and are you guys then operating solely in Europe? I would believe that you're trying to enter the American market. And are you in any other countries or any other regions per se?
So for now, we focus on DACH. So in our company, one of the main goal or main visions is that we always have focus in every action we do. So focus. So we want to make Mamily big in DACH. There we see still the potential to double the company. And that's our goal first before we go into other markets in Europe. But even if we only operate in DACH, so Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, we are the biggest company in Europe. Yes.
Okay, so nice, so nice. And Bernd, would you be able to give us a bit of insight in terms of what has been one of the toughest operational challenges that you faced during the growth of Mamily, and since you started, or since they started in 2020 until now, what has been a challenge that you could maybe tell us about?
I think one of the biggest challenge for sure was to find the right partner. I think it's essential if we have the mindset or the strategy how we build a company and where we want to focus on. We need strong partners on our side, and we had some challenges in the past with some of the partners, and now have found a very stable and very good setup. But I would say that was our biggest challenge, that we have really the right partners on our side who can also support your growth, are able to scale the business together with you. So that was definitely one of the biggest challenges, especially at the beginning.
Okay, I understand. I understand. And in terms of the teams that Mamily is handling and how many people are within the company, would you be able to tell us how you guys are organized a bit and how Mamily works? Is it like a remote first company? Do you have different headquarters in Germany or something like that? Just so that we can learn a bit more.
So we are founded 2020, which was definitely COVID. So we are a remote first company. So that was where we are coming from. But now we have an office in Berlin. So I'm currently staying in the office in Berlin when I'm speaking to you. And we try to hire more and more talents in Berlin so that we more and more build the company around Berlin. But for sure, today we have like 60% of the people outside Berlin, but all located in Germany. But yeah, we now build more and more focused on Berlin, the company, but in general, we are a remote company.
Oh, but then it's remote within Germany, but you guys do not hire remote globally, such as countries that match your time zone. I would imagine South Africa, or maybe if you're opening up a channel in the States, you might need people in Latin America. Is that something that Mamily is interested in? Or are you guys more solely focused on just keeping it in Berlin or in Germany to just make sure everybody is a bit closer?
For the time being, we focus on Berlin. But definitely, I think one of the key elements is if you enter a new market, you need people in the market who understand the market. So as soon as we go into countries outside the German language, we will hire for sure talents within these markets to make sure that we also understand the market 100%. I think even if Europe is or sounds quite small, but the markets are also a little bit different. So you need to find the right talents in the market, especially for your marketing game.
Of course, of course. No, that is completely true. And Bernd, would you be able to tell us about the culture within Mamily and how you guys manage the day to day, how your team worked, how you like the team to feel, and how you manage Mamily to scale with a good culture that promotes and makes its workers want to stay there?
So what we try for sure is to have a good relationship with all of the employees. So we also, if we are a remote company, we see each other 4 times a year and do activities together to build a team spirit. And I would say that we have a very strong team spirit within Mamily. Normally, no one is leaving Mamily. We are only hiring. So a lot of people are coming to us, but no one wants to leave Mamily, or almost no one, because we are quite like, we also say Mamily comes from family, so that we are one family, and that's how we build the company. And as we are also a B Corp company, so that's also very important for us that we have also a good environment for our employees, and that they feel happy and valued within the company.
Wow, that's amazing. That's beautiful. And I feel it's very important that a company maintains that as one of their priorities, because who are you if the people who work with you aren't actually happy or excited about the work they're doing every day? So it's very important to make sure to keep people in that jolly mindset.
Exactly. And for me, it's very, very important to empower people. I think that's one of the key elements. You have to trust your team. You have to empower them. Then you need to give them the room that they, yeah, to be honest, they on the day to day, they are more the expert than I, right? So I have a lot of different topics on my desk and they focus really on one topic the whole day. So they are more the experts. So we would be stupid if we don't listen to them and empower them that they can take decisions by themselves.
Of course. No, I totally agree. And it's true that the people that work with you, sometimes when you're at a high level position, such as a COO, you get to see more of the overview of what's happening. But when you're living the day to day with the gritty and everything that you need to be sure is okay, then it's a more close up perspective that you have as a worker. And it does provide value that somebody that is working for you would come and actually be able to explain into further detail some things that you might be missing just because you're occupied with other stuff. So I totally get that. Totally get that. And Bernd, going back to examples and kind of like stories of how it's been with Mamily, would you be able to give us a story about a system or process that you implemented as COO that was a game changer in helping the company scale, or something that really enabled Mamily to grow?
I can give you an example of my general structure I always implement. It's more for every company. So in general, one of my principles is the 3 Ps, I say. So it's people, process, platform. What does it mean? So if you build a company, you first need to find the right people. Okay, because if you don't have the right talent, everything what comes after you can forget. As soon as you have find the right people, you need to work on the processes. Okay, and as soon as the processes are running stable, you can think about the platform. So a software you plug on top to be more efficient or something. If you try to implement a system without the right people or without the right processes, the best IT system will fail because you first need to build the basis, and the bases are definitely your team and the processes, and then the platform. But that's one of my principles. The other one is to keep it simple. So our supply chain is built very simple. So we build it together with strong partners. We are not focused to get the last 0.1% of margin. We are focused on growth to make sure that the supply chain is the growth driver and not stopping the growth. So we are much more focused on product availability to make sure that we can deliver to all of our partners and so on, instead of trying to find the last 0.1% of margin. It does not mean that we don't focus entirely of our margin, but I think to optimize the margin in the last element, it's really time consuming, and we focus on our time to ensure the growth of the sales departments. So that's definitely another element, and therefore we try to keep our supply chain very lean and efficient.
Okay, I get that. And I love the 3 Ps. It's people, processes, and then platform.
Not
It's
from,
in that
yes.
order. Okay. And once you have the people and once you've determined the process, do you have any technology or tools that you were able to implement that you could tell us about that really helped Mamily?
So one example is that we are working together with Fearcast. Fearcast is a planning software, which is AI based. Okay. But for me, to be honest, really to say in our, where we are, the AI topic is important, not for forecasting. We use the AI topic to work more efficient within our team. For example, if a supplier sent us an ETA update, so if delivery gets later to our warehouse, normally the old process is that the buyer is entering the new ETA date in the system, then the planner is checking what would be the impact and so on. And this is the process we have fully automated with AI. So today we have our Fearcast tool connected to our mailbox. So Fearcast is reading the email, is updating our ERP system with the new ETA date, and is doing a scenario in the background if it has a negative impact on our availability or not. So, and this we give back to the planner so that the planner just have to check the impact and can decide if we need to go back to our supplier and tell him it's not possible, or we say everything fine, it can go through like this. So we really try to use the AI and implement automations to work more efficient. We also have a lot of scenario planning within the tool. So you can ask the system any question, and he gives you the answer in a second. So if the marketing has a question that they need products X, Y, Z for an event or something like this, they can ask the tool, and then they just get immediately an answer if it's available or not. So no human being has to look at this request. So that's fully automated by the AI.
Wow, that is something that I've been noticing with all the different companies that I've been speaking to that I feel is super interesting, and it's like a total game changer, because now with AI, workers and like people such as you and me, we're able to talk to our tools. Before it was like, yeah, we use the tool to see the inventory and to understand the feasibility that if we can provide this product for this state or anything like that. But now you're able to talk to the tool and say like, hey, I want to do this. Is it possible? And then the AI just takes care of it, and it optimizes so many processes, and it saves so much time that it's crazy. I've seen it in also in marketing companies where the AI is handling all these different campaigns, and they just ask the AI how it's going and to give them the insight they want. So they don't even need to actually read through stats or anything like that. It's just like the AI gives it all bundled up in a cute summary. So it's really interesting that you guys are also being able to use that in a company such as Mamily. I think it's really cool, man, and it helps to optimize a lot of stuff. And are you guys leveraging AI in any other way other than than with that tool that you mentioned?
Yeah, we have it in several elements. So also if we get B2B orders by email, the AI is entering these B2B orders automatically into the ERP system. So no one is entering a sales order manually. So that's a different AI, but we also have an AI there in place. But we are, in the entire company, we are very focused. We have an own AI developer, in-house developer, who helps us with automatizations everywhere. We really try to build the company as efficient as possible. So we want to grow, and we have a lot of goals in front of us. We need to hit them, and we want to make it on a very efficient way. So therefore, we are investing a lot, even in the top management, to look at AI solutions and how we can make the daily work more efficient.
Of course. Now, and really, if a company nowadays, and if it's starting to happen now, you could be a little late per se, but like everybody is looking into how they can get AI working for them, working with them, trying to optimize and to make everything more efficient, because it really is, I've said it once already, but it's a total game changer. And that really is something that when it comes to scaling, and you do it right from the beginning, it really helps for everything to just grow without that much limit. And I feel that it makes the growth a lot more sustainable. So I totally agree with you guys trying to hack that out and keep on growing while you're at it. It's super cool.
Exactly. Yeah, and we have more than 40,000 customers a month, and they all have some requests. So our customer service also use a lot of AI to answer all of these requests via the customer service. For example, our entire return process is fully digital. So you speak to a bot on our website, enter your name and your order number, and then you get through the AI your return label and everything. So we try really on every end to work very smart and efficient to build the company.
Wow. And Bernd, like I would assume that what I'm gonna ask is a bit obvious, but I just want to make sure you only work with dog supplements, right? You don't handle other animals like cats, birds, fishes, whatever.
For the time being, we only do dogs. As I said in the beginning, we always try to focus. So we want to make our case successful, and we see still a lot of growth even if we focus only on dogs. So that's the reason why we focus on dogs. To be honest, dogs are also a little bit easier than cats because cats are more picky what they eat or what they not eat. So the dogs are definitely the better customer for us.
Okay, I get that. Cats are a little bit stingy. I do agree with that. They're not needy, but they really are very specific with what they like. And if the cat is not into supplements or how you guys deliver them, then I totally get it. Wouldn't be like the best decision for the market. That is amazing. And Bernd, I'd also love to know, and these are some more questions, like, for example, if you were to give some advice to a starting COO that is in a fast scaling company and something such as Mamily, what would that advice you would give them or you would like to give yourself when you started out? What would that look like?
For sure, I would say the focus. So don't do too many things at the same time. Focus on the things which really brings impact. So pick 1-2 elements where you see the biggest impact for your company and focus on them, work on them to make them work, and that you generates an impact. That's definitely one of the key elements. And try to keep your organization as simple as possible. With the supplier set up, everything, really set it up quite simple. Don't try to source all the raw materials by yourself to make it very complex. Try to find the right partners with them and build with them together your company and not do everything by yourself. I think that would be my advice. So keep it simple is really one of my key elements.
Now, I love it. And in a scaling company, if somebody tries to just take up all the responsibilities by themselves, if it were because they don't know how to delegate or they just don't feel like they can trust the team, then that is not sustainable in the long run, because if you grow, you bring in more people. And if you're not able to ask for help, then what is the team for, actually? So I think it just goes hand in hand.
Exactly. So if you do everything by yourself, right, it's you cannot go fast because if 10 people are working together, they are for sure faster than if you do everything by yourself. So definitely my advice would not to do everything by yourself. The advice is that your team is definitely stronger and faster than you alone, and you really need to empower them, give them the freedom to take decisions, even if they are wrong at the beginning. They will your vision and their vision will match over the time. As soon as you have some months of experience, you will see that they will take more and more the right decisions. So empower them, give them the time, and then you can scale a very, very fast company and build a strong team.
That is so true, and I don't hear that enough, but I love that you mentioned it, Bernd, and it's the fact that, you got to give your workers the space, the safe space to make mistakes, because it's the only way that they actually learn. And once you learn from a mistake, it's highly unlikely that you'll do it again, because what did you learn for or from it? But by doing that, you give the trust to the coworker to understand that if they do make a mistake, it's okay, and that'll give them the autonomy to take decisions by themselves. So I think that's a very good train of logic in how to handle these cases.
But that's also what I expect from them. So if I have a new employee or if I come new to a company, I think the first thing what I say is, I'm not the doctor, I'm the coach. Okay. And what do I mean with this? So normally if you go to a doctor, you expect that the doctor helps you. He gives you a kind of medicine or treatment and you're feeling better afterwards. That's not me. So I'm more the coach. So if you have an issue, you can come to me, we can discuss it, but I expect that before you come to me, you thought about the issue and bring your own solutions. Then I come with my experience and for sure we will find in the right way. But I want first that every team member is thinking by themselves how they can solve the issue.
I love that. And it's the fact that, you're not here to clean up anybody's mess, but you're here to work together to find a solution to anything that might have happened. And that's what creates a good culture within a team. And I believe that is really nice, Bernd. That is really nice.
Exactly. And I believe only if you think about these topics, you can improve, right? So if you're not thinking about topics, you will not improve and you will not empower. So that's key that the staff or the people are thinking first about the topics.
And Bernd, I do have one final question before the closing of the podcast. And that would be in terms of Mamely's priorities and yours as a COO, what is 2026 going to look like for Mamely? And what would be the number one or top three priorities that you guys have for next year?
One of our main priorities is to have more products. Okay, so today we are very focused, or all of our supplements are in snack. So we will have also different formats which are already in the market. To also have to get the opportunities in these formats and make sales also outside the snack business. And we are thinking more retail. So we are growing a lot in retail, but next year we will most probably double our number of stores in retail, which will be a big game changer. So that's the next step, definitely for next year. So these are the next two focus areas where the complete company has their focus on.
That is amazing, Bernd. And I wish you guys the best of luck with that, because I'm sure that you'll achieve it. And the rewards and the good effects of doing these actions that you're mentioning is going to be seen in the short term. And hopefully Mamely keeps on growing and being the first in the market for premium dog supplements.
Thank you so much. Also, all the best to you.
It really was a very nice episode, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for providing your time, your insight, your stories, and for letting us know a lot more about Mamely. It really has been very interesting.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No problem at all. And to anybody who's here with us, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you listening to the people that we bring on to learn about what they do and the different industries that they serve. And with that said, we hope to catch you on the next one. Thank you so much.